was actually hot. But I'll say this, I thought they really, I thought the weather affected them, the heat and humidity, but they fought through it and actually had a pretty good practice. So it affected them in that you could tell, I mean, it does something to your body when you're practicing the cool all the time, and all of a sudden it gets hot and humid like that. So I really was proud of the way they pushed through today. I thought they got better. We kind of did a little combination of fundamental work and work against Clemson. Most everything's working against Clemson. We'll have a practice tomorrow. Of course, Sunday will be off. Monday, we'll treat in full pads like what would be a normal Tuesday. Tuesday we'll treat like a normal Wednesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday we'll treat it like 2 dress rehearsal days in hopes to get everybody's legs back and get them as healthy as they can be. We won't tackle. I don't think we'll tackle again until the game, so just try to get everybody healthy, get everybody as fresh as possible, get everybody learning what to do, knowing what to do. And, that's kind of where we're at right now.
Would you be worried about having not had to have any hot practices if y'all were playing Clemson in the daytime?
I'd be very concerned for all the kids. Yeah, because if you don't practice it and then you play in it, and you got guys wanting to win real bad. I remember one time, I don't know why, it was way back, but when I was at Florida State, we played Miami at high noon in Miami for whatever reason, noon or 1 o'clock kickoff, and I mean that's a bitter rival game, and you know, everybody was laying on the line, and by the end of the game, we were grabbing anybody we could on the bench. We were grabbing running backs to play receiver, and guys. They actually ran out of IVs. Both teams ran out of IVs, and they were calling ambulances in to bring IVs to guys. And so it can get scary. And then I know it's tough on the fans too. You know, the fans aren't used to being out in the heat like that. So yeah, it's probably a blessing. As cool as our summer was to have an evening game, but it's like I told them. I've been looking at a little bit of the weather pattern, and it looks like, you know, during pregame warm-up, it could still be in the low 80s and still be very humid. You know, so, and even if it's, you know, 78 degrees at kickoff, that's still relatively warm. If you have humidity to it, it'll test everybody. So it looks like we're not going to get a whole lot of rain between now and then. It's going to be more heat. You got to be ready for it.
Helps that your opponent's in the same geographic area as
It
well.
does.
I mean, it's not they're not
It does.
far
I've
away.
been
They're
looking at
dealing with the
theirs.
same thing.
I've been looking at theirs and looking at ours, and it's true.
Mark, so many of we've asked you a lot about Trey and Harvey Clemens and some of the other guys on defense, but how has Quincy Mager adjusted as a freshman coming in? And
Quincy's doing a good job. Quincy's, you know, he was here as a mid-year enrollee and was here all spring and got an opportunity to learn a lot. Got a semester with our strength and conditioning staff before summer began. Got the whole summer. He changed his body. He's stronger. He put some pounds on, some good pounds, and he's got pretty good working knowledge. But until you get in the game and experience what that feels like, I mean, a lot of those freshmen are going to feel, or first-year players are going to get into a stadium like that for the first time, playing on national TV maybe for the first time, or at least the type of audience we're going to get, and just, you know, wearing that red and black for the very first time, even, you know, put on that jersey for the first time, the silver breeches. I mean, all that stuff means something, and it's hard to stay focused on your job and your responsibility. I'm talking about all the first-year guys. And there's a lot of guys that have been kind of waiting for their moment. They haven't really ever been a starter before. All of a sudden, they're feeling like I'm in a very responsible position for the first time since I've been in Georgia. There's a lot of that going to be run through some guys' minds, and even us as coaches, you know, doing as many years as we do it, you still get your blood pumping, the adrenaline going, and you're still very uncertain of what you're going to see. You know that we know what we have, but we don't know how it's gonna compare or how it's gonna match up to Clemson and South Carolina, you know, all that kind of thing, so. It's a pretty special time for everybody.
You talked about wanting to keep guys fresh, and at least on the stat sheet, I didn't see that Gurley and Marshall got a whole lot of work in that scrimmage. Is that what you're trying to do with those guys leading up?
Yeah,
to
we'd
the
seen
game?
enough of those guys. We had some younger guys who wanted to get some work to, you know, prepare them for a third team role or in case of injury, you know, these guys would know what to do. And part of preparation is knowing what to do and getting in physical condition and sometimes proving that you can carry the ball when people are going full speed, not turn the ball over and things of that nature. And a lot of those answers, we've already had those answers by Gurley and Marshall for the most part. Obviously, your running backs are it's the number one position for contact, because everybody wants to hit the guy with the ball. And so we just wanted to, you know, ease up on a little bit of that right at the moment, because we felt like we were very comfortable that they knew what, you know, they know what to do.